I first off want to state that everything that I post is my belief. These beliefs are an accumulation of experiences that I have had firsthand through my past life regressions, through clients, and through stories of friends and even those of strangers. Take what you will from the information that I provide here, and what resonates with you can integrate, and then you can leave the rest behind and don't worry about it. What sticks out to you is what you need to hear at this time, and maybe others need to hear other things. In the future, you can revisit this video and see how your own beliefs have changed over time. Now, the title of this video is quite the proclamation. There is no such thing as death. Wow, that is a loaded statement. And many people would contest that statement saying, well, there is actually physical death because the body dies and we either burn it or bury it in the ground. But that's just it. We are not our bodies. Our bodies are a vessel to conduct the experience through. It was a tool that we would use to create and carry out our life's purpose. And our life's purpose will never be the same length of time as another's is. And our life purpose is never the same as another's. We don't know why another person dies when they are young or dies when they are old. That is up to the individual and the agreement they made before taking the physical form in this life. So who's to say what's right or wrong? Our individual version of right or wrong is different than the next person's. We have some pretty tragic events that take place in our world. Between genocides and wars, homicides, and deaths in our own social circles, we find it hard to see the reason why these events take place. We may find ourselves lost within the pain and the fear of the experience. Sometimes that pain and fear is so deep that we can't even see clearly or find a way out of it. The thing is, we are supposed to move through our feelings and discover who we are in the midst of it all. This entire experience is about teaching and learning. Every last bit of it is about teaching and learning. We are constantly learning something new every day. And we are teaching others what we have learned in the moments before. And death is no different. For death teaches us what love is. Death teaches us how to love deeper. That teaches us how to appreciate all things that are in our experience. But if we don't see death as our teacher, then we are to live in the fear of what we think that means. In the past few months, there has been a lot of transition taking place. People leaving this earth, people leaving our lives and moving on to other things that they desire. Our animals departing the physical plane and moving into the spirit. Some of us have been transitioning out of jobs and moving into what our true purpose is here and letting go of other things. A lot of death and rebirth taking place all at once in various forms, and it is all of purpose. When we are moving through the experience, it is hard to see what the purpose is of it all. All we see is the pain and the frustration, and all we feel is the despair, and that's okay. We chose to have the human experience, and that is what we signed up for, to feel deeply. There are no accidents. Nothing is by chance. The universe has a divine orchestration, and we get to choose individually how we want to carry out that orchestration and the song that we want to play. We also get to choose when we ultimately want to leave the earth plane. We are given outs or exit routes, so to speak, along the way. Moments where we can choose whether or not we want to stay or we want to go. I have worked with many people who have either experienced this firsthand or have relation to those who have. And some of you watching this know who you are. And those of you that are watching this who have been on the spirit side and chose to come back, you know who you are. Some of you have told me about those who have come back and decided to leave again and were there to witness it. I can't tell you how many stories I know regarding this. But why would someone want to go, you ask? Sometimes the work that they wanted to accomplish is different than what you think. Sometimes the work that they want to do is so much bigger and can be done on the spirit side without the limitation of the physical body. That is, a spirit can step through and communicate with us through mediums or signs and synchronicities because they don't have any limitation in this physical experience. If any of you remember that movie, The Lovely Bones, you will remember that it wasn't about the actual death or the story of the death. It was about the love that ensues because of the death. But when we don't choose to see the beauty of what we experienced and what it is teaching us, then we miss out on the growth of why it happened. We are all creators in this experience. We will never understand why certain things happen with certain people the way that they do. And it isn't for us to understand. It isn't for us to be angry about or in despair over, forever at least. It's about us accessing a deeper sense of love after the anger and after the pain. A deeper appreciation of who we are and what we want to give to the world and the universe. So feel exactly the way you feel in the moment. Allow yourself to learn through those feelings. Allow yourself to appreciate why you feel so deeply about it. But when you are ready, and when you want more, you can just ask. In many of my sessions, Spirit has come through showing themselves as a teacher and a guide for the person I'm working with. The Spirit may be someone's grandmother or mother, father, friend, ancestor, a being they've never met before. You name it, the list goes on. Spirit doesn't just leave after it exits this physical experience. Why would they want to leave us when they loved us so much? They don't leave. They guide us and give us signs, communications, and synchronicities daily. But it's up to us to want to see them. Open your eyes to the communication of your loved ones, the ones that they are sending, and it is all around you. We are not meant to stay in these physical bodies forever. There is so much work within the universe that we want to accomplish. We are just so focused on this physical experience that we don't allow ourselves to see the bigger picture. When someone leaves your life, think about the things that you learned from them and the things that you've taught them. Focus on that. Don't think about the pain that they are going through or went through, or the sadness you feel or felt. Think about the beauty of the experience which you shared with them. For that is the purpose. That is love. I really hope that this video will help shed some light on the transition process from the physical to the non-physical. Even in very tragic situations, there is always a purpose and something to learn. We have to choose to want to see what the purpose is, the lesson is, or else we're doomed to stay in that place of victimization and pain and hurt. And that's not where our loved ones want us to be. No guilt, no shame, no fear, no pain. Access your feelings and then ask what you want more of. I really hope that helped you guys. Thank you so much.